Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Citadel with me, Grand Maester Stitch, for the long-awaited return of the Knights of Andalia. Yes, if any of you didn't know, we had a live stream overview of Florian's reign last week. So if you want to see that and check in on all of the houses, then feel free to go watch that before this episode. No story progressed or anything like that. We just did our usual overviews when it's been a little while to see everything that's going on, look through all the houses, the members, see what sort of state they're in, delve deeper into the background, see if there's any hidden characters about and such. And we did uncover some pretty interesting stuff that we'll probably see more of as we go through this episode. So we will unpause straight away. Let's start cracking on with stuff straight away and see what's happening. So we are, of course, High King Florian, but we won't really go into his traits. We did that in the last episode, but he's still going well with his 6 children. High Septon the Fifth accepted Lord Paramount Armand of the Torrentines Peace. Oh yes, of course, because for some reason the Faith of the Seven had their own land in Dawn, which was rather interesting. I hadn't seen that happen before, so it'll be interesting to see if anything else happens with that. May you live in harmony and contentment. I gladly accept the guardianship contract between Lord Danes and Aengar Brightmire. Perfect. Great news. So that's one more out of the way at least. Starks are marching northward as they were trying to claim... Oh no, the war with the Starks is over. Okay. Literally just saying about that. We, I believe, cannot yet declare war on this Riswell for a couple of years. Few years. Hopefully that won't take too long. And the Lannisters have also imprisoned someone that they was at war with. We are, of course, keeping an eye on the Lannisters, who are getting a little bit too big for their boots, a little bit too strong. Don't know what this Reachman fleet's doing up here. Very interesting. Blessing on you and your house. I gladly accept the guardianship contract between Lord Adam II and Sir Baron Lancer. Perfect. Okay. Do we actually have some wards? Only Ambrose. So we actually do need a young squire for High King Florian. High King Florian should have his own squire. So let's have a look throughout our realm. Got a dragon there that I need to kill off. So we want to look at male. Well, it doesn't need to be a male actually, does it really? Married we'll put no, because then obviously we'll get someone. Adult, no. Who is the best young child fighter that we have in the realm? Some of these are too old. We're going to look for someone better. Oh, we've got Alistair, a courtier who is 9 with 11 martial. Who then are you? Who is your father? Maester Bellum, Master at Arms of Strongsong, down in the Vale. Can I invite you to court? I'm not going to be able to do that, but I will mark you as interesting because you are quite interesting. You've got the quick trait. You're very good, in fact. Have we got someone in our court that we could probably give you to? We've got Danes Royce, Adam Redguard in the Crossing, Lord Belmont, Guy Mudd. Do you know what? Well, we can't actually take you on ourselves anyway. Okay, Santa Firehand? No. So, doesn't look like we're going to actually be able to give you to anyone. There we go. We can send you to Danes Royce, so at least we can keep a hand on you, an eye on you there. Is there any other impressive martial characters? We've got this young girl who's 15, who's with the quick trait. Kerwin, who's 9. Oh, no, Valerian. I don't even know where you've come from, but go away. There's not that many around, really, is there? There's a couple of... I want a really young one, so we can actually have time to make a bit of an impact with them. If we take a 14, 15-year-old on, we're not going to have time to actually try and develop them. We do have our son Aengar, who is 6 now, so we could send him off to be warded by someone, but I'm not too sure who by. There isn't really any other ones of interest, is there, to be honest? We've got a young Roseheart, he's only 2. Oh, there's another Roseheart here, he's 11. John Roseheart, Squire Strong. Do you know what? Yeah, we'll go with this Roseheart. This young Roseheart lad. He's young enough that hopefully we can develop him into a decent fighter to go along with those other very impressive Roseheart traits. Is there any others? A couple of Errand Stars, a Blue 7-star, our daughter Pia. Let's have a look if there's any with other decent traits. A young Vale woman here, a young Redstone. What about an impressive young Treasurer? Oh, got a pretty interesting one here. Courtier and Strongsong. A Brune. 14 stewardship at the age of 13. That is not bad. Let's assign a guardian feud. Do we have someone with very impressive stewardship? We've got our brother, Engar. But unfortunately, we can't go with him. What about our old flame, Demeanor Highstar? No. Okay, never mind. Any high intrigue? Our daughter PR with her insane intrigue. Learning-wise, no. So, no, okay. Well, we managed to find someone for a squire. We'll look for another new squire once Ambrose comes of age, which he is almost about to do. 15. Not massively impressive at the moment, but hopefully he'll get a good education, and that will tip him over the edge and make him a better heir. May you live in harmony and contentment. I gladly accept the contract between Lord Dainius and Alistair. Perfect. And may you live in harmony and contentment. I accept the guardianship contract between High King Florian and John Roseheart. King Jamie the Sage Lion decided to exile someone, and Will Firehand died stillborn at the age of 0. That's poor Benjen again. Yet another dead child. 3 in a row, which is not great, is it? Right, where are you, John Roseheart? Can we try to force train you? Not yet. I don't think there's anything interesting we can do with intrigue and such like that. So Miles Upcliffe died. Lord Harwood of Tarth has accepted Lord Paramount Robert of the Stormlands Peace Offer. Oh yes, if you did miss that in the last episode, one of the main shocks was that Lord Paramount Robert Erenstar of the Stormlands, who is married to a Lannister princess, which is also extremely worrying. So yeah, that is definitely something that we do need to look out for. And he's beaten the Tarths back, which is also fairly interesting. Right, I was going to look if we've got any decisions or such that we can do, and I don't think there really is anything that we can do. We can hire a banker, apparently, so we will do that. Who have we got? Winton, an Andal Northman, okay. Lady Glean of Luna Woods inherited Castle of Eastmelt from some random house, so it doesn't really matter. And my young son has finished his education in military strategy and command. It seems he has learned all the basic skills required. So he's just a dutiful commander. Nothing too exciting. Lyanna Seymour died. Someone else died. Coldwater died of the plague. And Gristle Josso has arrived at our court. That is Ambrose's young wife. They haven't had a child yet. And Lyanna Seymour died a natural death. Can we grant you a knighthood? No. I thought that we... Unless it'll... Yeah, we probably won't be able to until you're of age, but we can now get another ward. Do we take Engar on? He's not really. Then again, he does have good martial, but he does have the childhood focus of duty. We can't actually change that. Do we go for someone a bit different then? But there's not really anyone with amazing stewardship. Our brother's okay. He's an incompetent steward, so he's not great. Learning-wise, there's not really anyone that good either. Do you know what? We'll take Engar on ourselves. Why not? We will raise Engar ourselves. Can we force train you? No, we can't. We can rename you, though, which is strange how you can still do that at the age of 6. I'm just going to randomly change my child's name. Crown Loyalists. A lot of Crown Loyalists, which is good. And under my guidance, my young son Engar is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. Well, that did not take long. He's now a poor fighter. Awesome. Shame that we can't force train him yet. And fate smiles upon me. My wife, Marjorie, is with child. Excellent news. And some Dragon Lord has been killed by the Lannisters of the South. We've got some Dothraki or something that wants to marry our daughter. I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline that. Pia is still 14, so we don't need to get her a bride just yet. As you arrive at court, you see Ronald fix you with a steely gaze. At first you think nothing of it, but soon you hear the talk of the court. Everyone knows that Sindra is pregnant, and worse, everyone knows that you were the father. She has confessed to the entire affair. Isn't this our cousin? Yes, it is. It's our younger cousin, Sindra Sevenstar. Oh, Florian, you... the treacherous whore. I suppose she had no choice, okay? And Theobald Anvil is now known as the Kind. So we have another bastard on the way. A pure-blooded 7-star bastard, as well as a true-born child. Lord Affador of Blackwater Bay refused the revocation of Lordship of Stokeworth, requested by Lord Paramount Robert of the Stormlands. Do the Stormlands also own Blackwater Bay, then? Only some random bits of it, which is interesting. Okay. Nothing overly interesting there. So we've got 2 more children on the way. Wow. Florian is kicking out the kids, it would seem. Wonder if Ambrose is going to get his wife pregnant anytime soon. Probably are going to have to find a match for Pia Snow at some point. She is now 14 years of age. Enger is 6. There's a huge gap to our next children. So that was mainly due to the first marriage that we had, which didn't result in a huge amount of children, did it? Wow, our Hand of the King really hates us. We can propose to send him on a foreign tour, our brother, just to shoo him off a bit. Let's send him a little gift, see if we can cheer him up a little bit. Wow, and Engard really isn't a fan of us anymore, considering he used to love us, so we'll send him a little gift as well. Danny's Glover called in a favour on Theodore Glover. Okay. Doesn't really concern us too much. My courtier, Harry and Salazar, has expressed a desire to get married and has asked my permission to find a suitable spouse. I will find him someone nice. Let's have a look at you, Sir Harry. Well, I think you're like the last remaining male heir of House Salazar, so we do need to get you a bride. We definitely need to get you a bride who's hopefully going to give you children. Let's have a look. Who we've got for Yao. Well, let's get someone a little bit younger. Maybe someone of noble birth, if possible. Someone that's going to give you some children. We want someone of our own culture. We know the Salazars are extremely racist towards first men, so we could do with an Andal of some kind. There's not a lot of them about, though. Maybe a younger one. Got to be somebody from our court somewhere. We've got a Flax, a 16-year-old Flax. Yes. We've got a Targaryen. The Targaryens are actually around still. Okay, wow. Yeah, we'll marry you to a daughter of Lord Flax. Hopefully the Salazars will regain their land at some point. Robert Flowers accepted Lord Paramount Perrin of the Reach's peace offer. Ah, so the Reach, the Gardeners did win. Looks like he lost a leg, though, and got severely injured in the process, but the Reach has won, so peace will be brought back to the south. Celine Fax has arrived at your court, so they have got married, which is good. Hopefully they will have some children, so this should all calm down in the south, so that's going to make the Lannisters stronger again, isn't it? At the age of 68, Moira of Riverrun died of stress. Whoever she is, I have no idea. Right. For some time now, my daughter, Princess Kyra, has been overcome with fatigue and a troubled, persistent cough. I have now been informed that the symptoms are due to pneumonia. Call for a physician at once. Save my daughter. We don't want to lose one of our children. Then again, we're doing well that all our children are still alive. Normally, you'd lose a few children in CK2 by this point, but we're doing pretty well. After being skillfully treated by Maester Benfrey, my daughter Kyra is feeling much better. Perhaps he is deserving of some praise. We'll praise him to the court. I should compensate him. No, we will praise him to the entire court for his job well done in saving our daughter. I wonder how long it's going to be till our 2 new children are born. Hoping for some sons so we can go for a couple more interesting warrior names. Lord John of the White Star inherited the lordship of Crane Rock from Lord Lister Roseheart of Crane Rock, the father of Marjorie. Okay. So the Rosehearts have inherited that. And Harry and Steelheart died a natural death. He does have his son, Sir Norrin Steelheart, who I will try and invite to court, but he's not interested. Can I send you a gift? Will you join me in court now? No? What about your son, Osric Steelheart? Can we invite you to court? Apparently not. Can grant you a knighthood, but we won't do that. Can we grant Ambrose a knighthood yet? No. I was about to lose a bet, and although I felt inclined to cheat, I had to be just, even though it cost me some gold. It was worth it. Okay, at least we didn't lose the just traits. A great trait to have. Can we force train either of the kids in our court yet? Try and make them better. Unfortunately not. Is our Master at Arms currently training the children? Hopefully he is. Let's have a look. He should be. I'm pretty sure that's what I had him on before. Yeah, training the children. Perfect. Lord Paramount Perkin of the Reach decided to exile Rickon. Okay. Whoever he is, I have no idea. It occurred to me that my wife is feeling somewhat gloomy as of late. The burden of their unborn child is surely causing some humoral unbalance that is affecting her body. I'll buy her something nice. Yeah, why not? Florian's got plenty of dough. He actually gets on pretty well with his newest bride as well. So, High King Florian Sevenstar, I hereby invite you to participate in the Tourney of the Blue Fork. Let's have a look. We're still wounded, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to attend. I'm not risking our life. Yoren Rosby has had Valyrian dagger removed. Oh, he's died in an accident. Okay, who is the new Lord of the Pebble? Lord Howland Rosby. And Bowlen of Seagard, Lord Mallister, also died of severe stress at the age of 71. So who is the new Lord of Seagard? Lord Martin Mallister, who's okay, not too bad. Not exactly a young lord. I don't really care about Valyrians. I have grown increasingly attached to Marjorie, and though our marriage was merely a practical arrangement, I wonder if I have now come to love her. This marriage is of love, but all the other girls gains the trait lustful. I shouldn't concern myself. No, we gain the trait chaste, but we've fallen in love with Marjorie. I don't feel comfortable touching other human beings. I've gained the chaste trait after having 2 bastards. Okay, then. The vassals of Andalia now view you with respect. At age 0, your subject, Lionel Perrin, died stillborn. How depressing. How very sad. Son was born to Sir Ronald Highstar and Sindra Sevenstar. Oh, no. No, it wasn't, because this is... I was like, oh, wow, the Highstars are back. And then I've just remembered that this is our bastard. Little Quent is my speech and image. Denounce child. Acknowledge him as mine. Legitimate. We will acknowledge him as ours, although we will be changing his name. Who do we have so far for our children? We've got an Ambrose, an Enger. We've got an Enger. We've got an Ambrose. We will... It would be pretty bad to call you Benfrey, wouldn't it? As a high star, that would be rubbing salt into the wound, as they say. What other fine warriors have we had? Let's go with a Lister for you, why not? Lister Snow. Lister Star. No exceptional traits or anything like that. And a son was born to High King Florian the Eagle and Queen Marjorie. Ramsay Sevenstar, I do not think so. Right, we need another male. Hard Steelers to start. We need another male 7-star. I was going for warriors, so obviously Lister was a great warrior, Ambrose was a great warrior, Pierre and Kyra are great warriors, Enger, we've had several great Enger warriors. Any other 7-stars who were great warriors? We'll go for Owen. Owen 7-star for our newest born child. Wow. 8 children to High King Florian now, which is insane, but we will keep going. See how many more children we can get. I think we've still got another year or 2 until we can unfortunately try invading further north. I'm pretty sure. Was it 76? So we have got a little while to wait without breaking a truce. Do we actually have a claim? I don't know if we actually have a claim. I think we actually have... Well, our Master of Laws currently in Deepwood Mart. Yes, he is. So we don't even have a claim anyway at present on him. So we can't actually do that unless we would just claim it for other people. Your Grace, I, Lady Orissa, sincerely ask that I be allowed to pursue a career as a Septon of the Faith. Well, yeah, well, wow, you are impressive. Yeah, I give you permission. Serve with honour, my dear lady. Serve with honour. I don't think we can host a tourney or anything like that. Oh, we can hold a tourney in Sevensport. Let's do it. Let's celebrate the birth of our 2 new sons. A grand tourney, of course. Of course it's got to be a grand tourney in Sevensport. A Rose Heart. It's been 10 years then since the last Rose Heart. Because I think you can only do them every 10 years, isn't it? My cousin Enger has not been taking care of himself lately. The man scarcely eats anything, never sleeps, and is quickly turning into a walking skeleton. If he keeps going like this, he might end up wasting away entirely. He's on the wall. Did that mean that Enger and Enger made up? Even though he tried to take our realm. He's still got 100% opinion of me. So they must have made up. Eat something. I need to warn him as politely as I can. Do something. Eat something before you die. Unfortunately, it seems as my words have gone unheard. Enger has ignored my warning and still spends his days wasting away in his room. Okay. How's Sir Hartley these days? He is knighted, which is good. Didn't end up being a very good fighter, unfortunately. We'll spend enough to satisfy everyone's hunger. What was I going to do? That was it. Pia is now of age. Near enough. Very impressive intrigue. Do we find her in marriage? Do I send to Sept of the Faith of the Seven? Legitimize? No, we won't send her to the Sept because she's hopefully going to be a very impressive... what's it called? A very impressive spy master in the future. And we've still got plenty of money, even after spending all that money on the Tourney, which is perfect. I don't think we're going to be able to take part in the Tourney, though. I'm pretty sure that we're not going to be able to take part. We're still wounded, unfortunately. So, yeah, we will not be taking part in the Tourney. We are being raided, which is annoying.
Come, cousin, you lag behind. Florian peered back at Enga Seymour. He's become so gaunt, Florian thought. He remembered the boy Enga had been. He had changed so quickly in his teens, from a bookworm to a battler. Florian preferred the bookworm. The court found it queer that the king would travel north to the wall to visit our dear cousin, as Florian put it. Many at court were taken aback, even Enga's own grandfather, Enga the Elder. But here they were not alone. Hundreds of footmen and knights were mixed with black brothers. Lord Commander Willem Grafton himself had ridden west to the Sentinel Stand to meet with the king, who had a reputation of bestowing lavish gifts. Florian had naught to fear from his cousin. He knew that the blame lay beyond the Nath Enga. The two had reconciled to a degree before Enga's departure for the wall. Though Florian had his own motivations other than seeing his dear friend, Florian had certain information that several houses amongst the flock of Andalia had made certain promises to Enga and his uncle, the Navish Lord Arlen. Florian always had his motives behind his interred revels. At this time was no different. He had been looking over his shoulder ever since the Lannisters had confirmed Robert Erenstar in his inheritance of the Stormlands, passing over both the Durandons and Tarths. Enga finally reached Florian and Harifrak. "What is it, your grace?" Enga asked, dismounting his horse. His boots crunched under the foot-deep snow. "Ahead, Seymour," Harifrak pointed, between the trees toward a moose drinking from a pond. It must have been young, for it did not stand taller than Florian. Florian drew back his bow. "Quiet now, ladies. We won't eat tonight if we don't fell this." A twang preceded, a great groan and a thud. The moose had fallen. "See that, Eng?" Florian gestured to Enga. "I did what was necessary." Florian waded toward the beast and shouted back to the retainers and the trailing Lord Commander, who was struggling for breath. "We make camp here tonight." "Your grace, you cannot stay here," Enga Seymour said incredulously. "What is the matter, Seymour? Afraid of getting your roots wet?" Harif laughed, as did Florian. Florian's tent flew up and the moose was placed on a table for him to skin. Florian now found himself alone with his cousin, as he had wished. "We never really talked of what happened, have we, cousin?" Florian said, digging his knife into the bowels of the moose. "I knew there would be an ulterior motive," Enga chuckled. "Very well, ask away, cousin." Enga relaxed into Florian's chair at the head of the table. "First of all, it's not like you to take my seat," Florian laughed heartily. Only he could joke about something so seriously, so nonchalantly. "Fuck off," Enga said jokingly with an eye roll. "Easy, cousin. I am a king." Florian had that capability. Such was his command of a room. His charisma choked any free will from conversations. Such was his mastery of people. Many kings before demanded respect. Florian, much like his father, commanded it. Enga was nothing but implacable. "King, yes, but not mine. Not here, cousin." Enga relented with a sigh. "Many apologies, your grace." Florian gave his words no thought. His eyes remained transfixed on the moose. He pulled its entrails out and threw them into a bucket. "I must ask. I trust you have heard of the Erenstar in Storm's End. I will speak in earnest. I know you had assurances, shall we say, from certain lords within my realm." Florian took his bloody hands from the moose, washed his hands in a golden basin, and reached across to offer a goblet of wine to his cousin. "I need to know who I can trust, and oddly, I trust you. Maybe that says more about me than your trustworthiness. I need you to do as you must. Your family has firmly aligned themselves with my reign, bar some minor... What is it Uncle Damon called them? Florian sniggered. Ah, follies. The Arenstars, yes. There has been no person or thing as detrimental as our great-grandfather's member, Enger joked. Florian remained unmoved, his thoughts shifting from cousins and friends to king and usurper. Enger reached across the ornate table for a grape and popped it into his mouth. You don't get these up here, he laughed. Florian watched his eyes dart as he looked around in search for anyone within earshot. The tent was empty. Florian saw Lord Raymond Yu stood outside, commander of the Shadow Tower, and Harif Rak, both good men, but also two who were far too fond of a drink. When in their cups they became glib of tongue. Florian knew of Lord Yu's reputation, and for Harif he heard the most salacious of rumours from him when drunk. Florian backed off and pushed through the crimson curtains of his study that lay at the other end of the tent, and then reappeared with parchment and a quill. Here, write it down. It must be bad. You've never struggled trumpeting claims before. Florian did not laugh this time, his hand on Enger's seat peering over his back. Enger ignored it and began to scribble. Here. Enger pushed the parchment away across the table. Does he feel guilt toward whom? Me? Or the men whose names he had just relinquished? The king thought as he took the paper from Enger. Florian's eyes darted across the parchment, and his eyes widened. Give me your oath that this is true. Florian's fingers grasped the paper so hard his fingers tore the corner. His mind was racing. My oath. Enger seemed bemused. What would my oath mean to you? Enger gawked at Florian as if he had grown another head. If what you write is true, your oath means a great deal more than most. Florian became agitated, overwhelmed, though he wouldn't show it. Enger began attempting to console his friend of yesteryear. Cousin, you can't... He was cut off abruptly. Thank you, cousin. Black truly is your colour. Florian snapped back to reality, patted his cousin on the head, and dashed away, then shouted, Pack up! We leave for the capital with haste. Liars, oath-breakers, treason, Florian shouted inwardly. He looked back at the list, then glared at Harif and touched the gold circlet on his head. Their oaths are as hollow as this crown, as hollow as my cousin's. In time I shall reveal their colours. I best had before they do.
Your Grace, news from blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't care. How is the South? Yeah, the South is now united as normal. The Reach is back, so that's going to boost the Lannister host yet to over 200,000. Which is scary considering... Okay, he's had 2 children. Wow. Lord Titus of the Stormlands. Lord Titus of the Stormlands? Great name. Titus is back, and Lady Laessa of the Stormlands. Lord Titus. Oh, wow. Strong, scrawny, and quick. You could be trouble. I will be making you important. Is your father important? I'm pretty sure that we have. Yes. Just time for the tournament to begin. Okay, that's quite worrying, isn't it, to be honest? There is other Arenstars as well. Master Effin of Erenford, his sibling, who's strong as well, and still in our realm, which is quite worrying. We'll let the tourney begin. So his son's lorded? Lord... Where is he? Oh, no, it's just because he's his son. Okay. I thought he was an actual lord. I was going to say, what more do we know about you, Titus? The 2 children. Who's your wife's... Is she... Yeah, she is actually the daughter of the king of the South. So that... She's not a distant princess. Do you have any relations? You have 4 friends? King Jaime the Sage Lion, of course. Why not? Lord Theon of the Dreadfort. Okay, now that is interesting. Prince Timos of the South. Okay. Is he the heir to the South? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. So that's okay. It's still not good, is it, to be honest? But, yeah, the Arenstars are going to be a problem. Are we going to have a second War of the Stars? Because that would be awesome. And one more friend, Lord Allard of Aderdale, whoever you are. A Redstone. We have a Redstone landed in the Stormlands. War of the Stars 2.0 is coming by the looks. Who is your heir? Your heir is Prince Timos. Ah, so there is a... No, was it Timos who was friends with? Yeah, it was. That's not good. There's definitely going to be... Is it going to be War of the Stars, or is it going to be North versus South? Who knows? It is Sir Endron's turn to jazz, but with the crowd... To the crowd's shock, he stumbles out on the Tourney field late and clearly drunk from too much Tyroshi pear brandy. And with none of his armour and only slightly more of his clothing, he tries to mount his horse but trips and falls comically to the ground, unable to even ride. Ha, now there's a man who knows how to celebrate. Yeah, I could see Florian being well and truly up for that, if I'm honest. Hopefully we are going to improve opinions of people as well due to this tourney. And at the age of 57, Lord Anadar Oxter has died bedridden. And we've got another drunk knight, Sir Edmund. Lots of drinking going on. Who's the new Lord of the Frosty Shore then? Lord Illifer. Was it his son who was very impressive we found in the stream? Yes, the genius. Yes, it is. Sir Harris Seymour has used his attendance at the feast in Sevenstar to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Garibaldi Hornbroker had one of his king's men murdered and demands that he is brought to justice for this outrageous crime. Let's have a look. Garibaldi Hornbreaker was murdered on the orders of Garibaldi Hornbreaker, Sir Medgar Rack. Sir Harris Seymour. Are you related to Sir Medgar Rack? How are you related? Oliver Seymour, Hiram Seymour, not sure how you're related to Medgar Rack. He can pay recompense. I'm not going to arrest him because I'm not sure if he's actually done anything or not. I invited a monkey trainer to the summer fair and the performance went well until one of the monkeys refused to ride the pig. The trainer beat the monkey with a stick, which led to the other monkey attacking the trainer. Serves him right. That's fine. I don't care. Florian wouldn't care. Florian would enjoy all of this. I enjoyed Lady Amin's company and we talked in the garden for several hours until we both fell asleep, maybe because of all that wine we drank. Lady Amin is my bestest friend. The drunkard. Okay, so we've got a new alcoholic friend. Sir Samuel Lancer has used the attendance at the feast in Sevenstar to present a petition for justice. He claims that while he was detained by Lord Samuel Lancer, he was barbarically tortured and mutilated in a unit. Haven't we already been over this? But we will lose just, so he has actually done something. He will be ordered to pay recompense. Sir Arlen Wainwood used his attendance at the feast in Sevenstar to present a petition for justice for the court. He claims that Lord Raynar Wainwood soiled his honour by having illicit affairs with his wife behind his back. Let's have a look. Relations, lovers, Joss Blackwood, who is married to... Yeah, so he did. He'll be ordered to pay recompense. Lady Estella Brightmere refused petition of justice. Blah, 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 blah. She claims that Lord Corman Upcliffe has subjected her to unwarranted and false blackmail and demands justice and recompense for this slight on her honour. Okay. God, everyone's so fussy at these parties, aren't they? Can we not just have a good time about everyone bitching and whining for once? Sir Harry Freck has used attendance at the feast in Sevenstar to present a petition for justice. He claims that Garibaldi Hornbreaker had his kingman Sir Medgar Rack murdered and demands that he is brought to justice. Garibaldi must be arrested and made to answer for his crime or we will lose the just trait. So we are going to have to arrest Garibaldi Hornbreaker for murder. He is not the Lord, I don't think, though, is he? No, his brother Belgrave is the Lord. We can banish him to the Night's Watch for murder. And it's probably what should be done, isn't it, to be honest? So we'll banish him to the Night's Watch for his crime. We sent a lot of people to the Night's Watch. So Joseph Rose, oh my god. He claims that Lord Brandon Stark has sullied his reputation through defamation and libel and demands justice and recompense. We get on quite well with Lord Brandon, though. Aren't you his son? Yeah, you're his son. Damned if we do, damned if we don't. He's not guilty. And Luton Rack says that Walton Fenn had one of his kinsmen murdered. Let's look at Walton Fenn of the Net. Well, he's not got any kills, so I don't have any proof of these accusations. The first day of jousting is complete, with many lesser riders having already been eliminated from the competition. Now, over the coming days, the remaining men. I will place a bet. Can we place a bet on Sir Benjen Firehand? I will place a large bet. Can we place two bets? Because I'm also Tempted to place a bet on Sir Walder Roseheart. No, we can't. We've gone with Firehand. The tourney being held in Sevenstar is bringing in many visitors to the area. The surrounding roads, inns and villages are reportedly very busy. Perfect. So we're prospering madly. Just Sir Creighton of Shady Glen's turn to joust. Okay, so he's drunk as well. This is just like the tourney. Just one big tourney on the lash, this is. And perfect. We have got a claim on Deepwood Motte, which has indebted us. So hopefully that means that... Does that mean we have a claim on the High Lordship? Strong claim on the Castle of Deepwood. No, so it's not the entire land, but I think if we siege it all, we will be able to take it. The 2 branches of House Glover in. Ah, okay, so there's one who owns all of this, and then the other guy owns all of it. Okay, interesting. We will send our Master of Laws to fabricate a claim upon the further, deeper areas of the Wolfswood. Sir Tommen of Tudbury Hall and Sir Bingen Firehand were the next to joust. Blah, blah, blah. Well done, a fine joust. Leaving Sir Tommen to be declared the winner. Really? Benjen, I just put my bet on you. Put my bet on you and you lose to this old guy. My bet has been lost. Can we place another bet? I should have gone with I should have backed the Rosehearts. Sir Eldrick Rook and Sir Willis Richards were next to joust. Sir Edric Rook was declared the winner. Oh, wow, he is mightily, mightily impressive. He's an insanely impressive character. Wow. Parent Sir Bradamere. Oh, he's a more distant member of House Rook. He's incredible. This isn't the one we found in the... Oh, it was the one. I think it was the one we found in the stream. Absolutely incredible he is. Maybe it would have been wise to bet our money on him. And winter is coming. And Sir Edric Rook was declared the winner of the tourney, a worthy champion. We have a Rook. I think that's the first Rook to win a Roseheart. That's a major, major win for him to win that. Age of 68, your subject, Terran Silvereye, died a natural death. And Sir Eldrick Rook had the honour of choosing Queen of Love and Beauty, so he decided to crown Helgarda Saltcliffe as his queen. Is that his bride? Yes, it is. Fate smiles me. My wife Marjorie is pregnant again. My goodness, Florian, you do not piss about. Whilst preparing for the tourney, you and your squire have been training hard. You have been instructing him in the art of wielding a lance and riding a horse. There have also been intense sparring sessions, and he has been made to understand what his duties are in the list. John Roseheart became a trained fighter. Perfect. That's why we took him on. Can we force train him yet? No, maybe he has to be a certain age. I can't remember. I seem to remember force training Ambrose. Cotter Irontide is now known as the Gallant. Interesting. Tourney of Sevenstar is over. Our money is increasing pretty quick, so that's fine. That's good to see. Send it to do the arrest. 2 eloped people got married. Who was it? No idea who you are. No idea who you are. Do what you want. And we've been invited to the Tourney of Runestone. We're still wounded. Ugh. So unfortunately we can't attend. Your Grace, I'm pleased to report the majority of the population of Real World Quest has been converted to the faith of the Seven. Lord Cynthia of Hearthstone has declared Lady Cynthia of Hearthstone war for the fingers on Lord Theobald the Kind. Can we order you to end this war? And she has obeyed. Good. Lady Corbury is always at war. A son was born to Prince Ambrose of Andalia, and Gristle Josso named Garland. Doesn't have any special traits. Garland, what a hideous name. Let's go through. What shall we go for? We'll go for an Enger. We've not had an Enger king since Enger the Third. Let's go for an Enger the Fourth. The recent conversion of the Real Crossing has upset people. That's fine. So we have Prince Enger of Andalia. Is that the first 7-star king to actually have a grandchild in a ridiculous amount of time? Winter fever has broken out in the Bullseye. Great. We've not long got rid of one sickness. How bad is it? It's only over there at the moment. We won't close our gates for now. Hopefully we can get away with it. Got a minor title available. Not sure what it is. Let's have a look. See what we can give to someone. A commander. Nothing too interesting then. Lord Belmont. Eleanor Rat died of depression. Yeah, there's nothing else that needs filling, so that's fine. So the 7-star line's pretty secure at the minute, thanks to Florian's brood and the fact that Ambrose has had a child already as well, Prince Aengar. Be interested to see how he turns out. Can we knight you yet? Can we still not knight you? Really annoying. You should be important as well, really, shouldn't you? Is Peer of age yet? Almost. Be interested to see how insane her intrigue gets. I hope that she has an exceptional... we can now close the gates. So is Winter Fever... Yeah, it is spreading, so we will shut the gates of Sevensport. I just want to get that next child born for High King Florian, and then we'll end this episode. We may as well get that next child. Lots and lots of births. House Sevenstar is swelling, and Winter Fever is broken out in Sevensport. Damn it. Didn't shut the gates soon enough, it would appear. Hopefully with Winter Fever. Is it normally too serious? And Young John seems to be willing to share. You should get out more and talk to people, become gregarious or charitable. Has a chance of becoming gregarious. Does become charitable. Charitable is a good trait. We'll go with charitable. Why not? Is he already married? Wow. Lord Lawrence of Massey's Hook has used out the title Lordship of Massey's Hook from Lord Austin of Summerfield. Okay. Some random dragon rider. No, you can piss right off, my darling. A daughter was born to High King Florian the Eagle and Queen Marjorie of Andalia. Right. We need a name for you. Do we have a Princess Mina yet? Unella, Violet, Lyanna, Kyra, and Pia, of course. We will go with Princess Mina. Mina 7-star. Do you have any traits? Weak. Ugh. I don't really want to call you Mina anymore. What name have we not used yet? We've got a Violet, we've got a Lyanna, we've got a Kyra, we've got a Pia. We've got the good old famous Alice 7-star. Let's go for that. I definitely don't have an Alice, do I? No. So we'll go for Alice. I'm not going to name the weak child Mina. So we'll probably name the next daughter Mina. But with that, we will end the episode here, guys. So thank you for coming back. I hope you enjoyed. We've had a lot of pretty cool stuff happen. Hopefully, I'll see you all very soon for the next episode. The crowds roared as Edric Rook took the stage to receive his rewards and praise for his win of the tournament. The Rook lordling looked at them and waved. He took great pride in his appearance and hoped he cut an impressive figure to the large crowd. Edric had adjusted his best cloak and wiped some dirt from his armour before coming onto the podium. King Florian handed the young knight a chest of gold for his victory. As champion, his name would be remembered for a long time. Edric Rook would be spoken of alongside legends such as Benfrey Highstar, Edric Firehand, and the namesake of this great tournament, Stefan Roseheart. It felt strange to Edric to be counted among such legends, but he was able to feel it upon hearing the crowds. The roars and lauding shouts from his onlookers made it official. Before, it felt as if this was just a dream. He may have woken from it at any minute. Before the tourney, Edric had modest hopes for how well he would fare, having heard much of the prowess of other knights, such as Sir Benjen Firehand, who many had favoured to be the winner. It seemed many had lost a great amount of gold when he was eliminated in the first round, including King Florian himself. This did not bother Edric much. He was a humble man and knew he was not as well known. Any number of factors could contribute to a great knight being knocked out quickly, or a mediocre knight advancing far. Many of the household knights, as well as his grandfather, had often told Edric he was a natural with sword and lance. They boasted he could make short work of much of the competition. Still, he had not fully believed it until it happened. There had been whispers, however, that the tourney was not what it used to be. Many knights had shown up in a drunken stupor, which had been laughed aside by the king and crowds. Few knights had truly distinguished themselves as new talents besides Edric. Perhaps this was a sign of things to come, or signs from the gods, some said. King Florian had won many battles against the Northmen, but it had been found that he had sired a child with his own cousin, the wife of his friend no less.
This contravention of the laws of gods and men did not sit well with Edric, though the king was a respectable warrior and commander. It was a strange time in Andalia. Great success had come, but cracks had begun to form. The threat of the west, which was now known as the south, loomed over Andalia. But now was a time of celebration. Perhaps he could go meet lords and knights from around the realm. It occurred to him that he was now the first man from a family of low lords to ever win a tourney of this size. All others had been great lords of the realm, or bastards of the kings. This was surely something to be proud of, he thought, as he went on towards a night of celebration after this grand rose heart.